careful.
TG's up close, Phantom on the other side. A satchel traded for a stun and a nade. The cherry on top. Meanwhile, all attention turning back towards A with the spike in hand. Vinny looking to sink it into the site. Just on the other side here, this is big for Bang.
Yeah.
Valentine, that would have had to have been a ridiculous shot.
An off angle from hell.
Is that going to be enough to keep back this flood from Sentinels?
It's going to be so difficult. I mean, this fault line is going to be decent. A lot of players are going to get lined up in this.
Vinny's one off ult. He's got the ult now. He's going to be able to pop it off the tap. There it goes.
But it misses one.
All thrown into the sky. He's able to get another one. Is there going to be enough time bought? Pagata in a 1v3. The tap of the spike. It's on his angle, but the bullet's just barely going around him. Not able to settle the shots. The spam comes through. The defuse lands. Sentinels have the lead.
Almost a perfect investment from Loud. That breach ultimate hits everybody but Narrate, who cleans up 2 and then sticks the defuse at the end of the round. That one little micro mistake from Vinny, not backing up just one step, missing Narrate, that's to make it or break it.
What's tough too is, can you even call that a mistake?
I mean, it's actually key to the moment.
Yeah.
That's
a
still
tough
down to the
position.
wire though, right? It's so difficult. Another retake, 3 for 3 right now for Sentinels though.
3 rounds in a row now. Again, a little bit pacey towards C.
Yeah, this time too, he's sitting far back. Doesn't want to get first blooded walking out of that choke. Understands the firepower of what's behind it. Tap of the door to try to bait some rotations.
But they have that cover too. I mean, John's already in Worm. You've got Zelsus, Zekin, who's really far up A. Loud don't have a lot of room to work here. They have to be able to alleviate some of this pressure.
And that's why 2E's is taking that head-to-head against Zekin, but John's already cheating back over here. We've seen how deadly this setup can be. This Yoru flash can get so much value here.
Scalp spotted, utility dumped, and now the swing. Zekin not connecting. 40 seconds left in the round though.
He's still here, though.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, that'll play.
He's still hanging around.
صعب صفر شيء.
Before that teleport timer runs out, he gets out. And why not? You're up numbers. You've won almost every single retake other than the pistol round. Play the advantage.
Yeah, live to fight another day. If they try to go B here, you got the Vice Wall.
They're going to get smothered. There's already a breach here. Narrate is set up.
If they're going to try to scale again, that's been the key to success. That hit a couple of them, but not all in the smoke. It's not safe. 10 seconds left on the round. The paranoia out. The spike successfully getting planted. Now the game is afoot. Numbers the way of Loud. A 2v2 now. A messy spot to be in. Narrate. Trying to creep his way forward, looking for any target he can. Zekin's been left alone. Another moment to try to deliver heroics, and he can't. That's 3 for 2Es as Loud matched the number.
Back-to-back rounds where the breach ult missing one person defines the outcome. It's actually ridiculous what we're witnessing right now. I mean, the previous round, Vinny misses Narrate. This time around, the breach ult from Narrate misses 2Es.
And that's a difference maker.
Yeah, that is. And yeah, the Vice Ultimate's invested as well. That was a big commitment from Sentinels on this retake. And for Loud to just rip that one away, it kind of puts them back into, it brings momentum back into their favor a little bit. And you can hear it in the comms. They're screaming, though.
That was a big round for them. We do have a minor tech pause that's happening on the stage right now. I'm being told it's audio related. So, as is always the case, any information that I get, I will relay to you good people. And we will get back into action as soon as possible. Dre, I had a lot of doubts about Loud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't believe coming into this match that they'd be able to stand toe-to-toe. You've seen 6 rounds so far. What has been your takeaway?
Very impressed with how they're dealing with all the utility on
جون
the
السبع.
side. Baiting it out, even on that A fight when Zekin still kills one. The fact that they were able to bait out the missiles from the Tejo of John QT and not get picked by that utility and then go back into things, bring things back around. It's very, very impressive, the game plan of Loud going into this. Keep in mind, this is their map pick. Maybe they did a lot of prep work. I mean, we haven't seen Sentinels play this map this year yet, but historically they've been great on it. You could count on one hand how many times they lost last year and how many times they won. You need at least 3 or 4 for that one.
Quick fix, audio issue rectified. And now we can get back to the fun stuff. Tied at 3 apiece. If you've just joined us, it's been a story of retakes. Success on the side of Sentinels, but Loud have been persistent. And they've brought us to this tie score early on in the first half. John Q2 with ult here.
Looks like they want to do a bit of a trap setup here from the side of Sentinels. You have that Omen flash in the door by Bang. And there's that Armageddon. A freebie onto DG Zin.
Oh, I didn't know if they knew where Kalanzin was, but he's been found.
Yeah, but what else has been found is this front B space from Pancata.
There's a lot left to do, though. He's got the real estate, but he's got to be able to convert it into a success somehow. That's big out from Vinny. There's help.
Bit of an overheat.
Tap on an Nariad. I thought he was going to kill him on the second spam. No. Still a possession here as now Zekken is starting to swing things back their way. It's 4v2. The spike's still not committed. 50 seconds left in the round. And an abundance of options.
Oh, that reach stun could have been perfectly timed, but it's Zekken that gets the...
Jävla timing كديرة صح.
And that feels like a perfect example of why when we say breach feels...
Det var alla kush على timing, kush على
That was
timing.
it.
30 seconds left.
You imagine this is going to be a save from Pancata. Wants to keep that arsenal into the next round. I mean, if he could snag a couple kills on his way out, why not? But the economy is not looking good for Loud. Sentinels have full reset them once again. I mean, these rounds have been so close. Swing
10
rounds
seconds
back and
left.
forth. Only a Vandal save Vinny. He'll be able to buy something in the following round, maybe a
Let's see.
Sheriff buy up for DG Zine, but that trap play from Sentinels was so clean, and you saw it set up already. The baby door broken, Teho using the drone, doesn't get contact there, but as soon as more utility and footsteps are heard from Bang, the Armageddon comes out, the Paranoia comes out, and you're trapped, you can't go anywhere. Kawazin, yeah, he's stuck in a smoke, but there's only one other place that Sentinels have to check, and why not spray it down?
It's interesting, too, because you often see the Teho used for retakes or
Yeah.
on site proper, but to use it to fight for a main space at the beginning of the round is just, it's different. I don't think I've ever seen it used that way before.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal. I mean, Kaplan's in the back being like, oh, that's another one that worked. Let's check that one off. Save that for later in the year.
Chance for the coaches to join the conversation. Loud call a timeout, the first of the map for them.
Yeah, just trying to ice some of this momentum. Sentinels, you spoke about it earlier, about how fired up they looked in that 100 Thieves matchup. Today, starting off a little bit more calm, but once this team gets going, their communication is so key to their success. And it gets loud, it gets intense, but they're here, they're fired up. It's a type of energy that, honestly, I haven't really seen the Sentinels team have in quite some time.
Yeah, the comm videos that they put out, what, this week, just a couple days ago, was really indicative of that, you're right.
They just sound hungry for a win.
Sentinels with a one-round lead. You had the ult in play for Zekken. Speak of the devil.
Yeah. 849 days. Man. And he's so good, too. I feel like he's just getting started, Doug.
Hey, but he's been this good, and he's been getting better every year.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder what the ceiling is for this kid.
Super impressive as Yoru. So after the timeout, looks like Loud is going back to their C default. This is something we've seen in the first 3 rounds.
Wonder if they're trying to feed Vinny this orb here.
Yeah, definitely. They understand that Sentinels have been giving that. I wouldn't be surprised if Sen mixed things up, put a trap play there, maybe in the next couple of rounds. Deny that orb for future rounds.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out on that. There's still a lot of utility here. The Thorns are all here. The nade did not clear what they were looking to clear, quietly crossing on the other side of the smoke. Zekken with a lot of threat on the other side here.
Oh, no way.
Do they know?
Wow, كدير لي.
There's no idea. Now the Paranoia out. Zekken has to take a step back. DG's already backside. He's got the Opaki. He's going to continue to try to scale, and he does. Zels is now found. The side is theirs.
Jeez. Most of the time, Loud has gone C. It's been using utility very early on. A flurry of trades here, but it's a 2v4.
Bingo John.
And again, I think we saw their Loud getting what they wanted and then scaling up.
Yeah,
Kalanzin
exactly.
was in their spawn.
Exactly. This time around, Loud, instead of blowing their utility in the actual mound area, They walk all the way on site, neck to neck with Zekin right there, and then they explode. I like the idea from Sentinels though. Zelsis switching up that wall. They were aware that there could be some kind of sea pressure, but they just weren't ready for what was behind it. That showstopper invested by DGZ, the paranoia as well.
Thrifty.
And the Loud members a little too close for comfort for Zekin to deal with them. So Loud, off the timeout, they do convert that round.
You made a really good point on wondering if Sentinels would be more inclined towards fighting for some of the C space at the beginning of the round. You got to think, if they hadn't gotten that space for free, they would have never been able to pull that round off. I wonder if you're right, if we're going to see Sentinels try to be a little bit more aggressive in these main positions at the beginning of the rounds.
And what a better weapon to do it than an operator. Yeah, there isn't a lot of utility behind this, but he's able to snag a pick and get out if he bides his time correctly.
Cutting through.
It's just so much harder to do on a 3-map site, but you're right. I think the flash
Wow.
certainly helps. A belter of a shot from DGZ.
شو والله بلا.
Is that, and then it's going to be a bit of a speed up here. Zelsis.
I mean, as it should. They've been able to find a crack in the window, and now they're trying to kick the damn thing down.
Just getting bombed by utility, but that Vice Wall separates everybody. Only Kawazin in the site right now.
And this is going to force a slowdown for just a bit here. Now, Loud have an option. They can stay. They still have 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the round. They could flip it.
But Vinny's holding the
نريد
bridge.
اون
for the
بريدج.
flush.
صعب شيء صعب ما يشتوك.
Investment here.
Oh, Kawazin able to get 2
واو.
as they try to strike on the other side of the smoke.
I mean, good trade from John, but the layered utility from Loud, it's too strong. That follow-up paranoia. There were so many layers to that hold. Loud, they're not falling for that retake stuff that Sentinels has been doing. They're like, hey, we've had enough of that. The breach ult invested into water to make sure nobody walks in from there. All eyes focused on the CT smoke. I mean, Loud, they've came ready to play it here today, Doug.
Yeah, I think they have, it seems to me like they had a very clear plan on how to counter one of the things Stahle's really good at, and that's retakes. We've talked about it a couple times this cast already. If you don't let Sentinels get comfortable and start their retake attempts, start to layer utility, start to flood in with it, if you disrupt that from the beginning,
أحسن حاجة ديروا السيف
We've
هذا.
seen them get
روح
punished for
جونا.
disrupting a little bit too
Save
early
it
on
around
now. It's a different type of disruption. Disrupting when the actual players are running into the
كيش
site.
وا نري هاد اللقطة. وا.
He gets leg
وا
right
كيشدو.
there. So unfortunate
شو
for
كيشدو.
Zeki, but what a nice shot from DGZ to maximize on that little tiny mistake, that tiny little whiff. And so many of these rounds have came down to something that small.
Yeah.
The 2 breach ults, a little bit of a leg shot onto DGZ off of the satchel. And a timeout now used for Sentinels, trying to calm the storm that has been Loud. This resurgence after their timeout. Hopefully, Kaplan can light a fire in these boys. That's it. Anyway. Super impressive attack side so far from Loud.
and you know, all that said, I do think it's worth mentioning this is a really close map so far, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're talking as if, though, Loud have been able to really just kind of style their way through Sentinels, and Sentinels have been on the back foot, and they're kind of lost and don't really know how they want to approach this. But the truth is, metal has been tested on both sides.
Yeah, and this defensive side is so important for Sentinels because I fear that on the attacking side, this comp is just going to put even more work in. You have so much utility to take space anywhere you want, really.
We'll see how things look on the other side of this timeout, as Loud try to hang on to a 1-round lead.
And I don't know if anyone's seeing this stat right here. DGZ is leading the tournament with operator kills. 26 to his name. Who's in contention? Aspas and Mata with 11. And we haven't gotten that to the defensive side yet where DGZ will probably pop it out, but...
Oh, are they going to stick this TP? C is already crunched. Zelsis has nowhere to go. It's him against the world right now. Can he play off around his utility? He's been able to isolate the first. DG now dealt with.
Oh,
And there's
dodges the
plenty
paranoia.
more to come on the other side. Again, Zelsis versus the world, and so far he stands. Trying to swing out onto the third, not connecting, but damage dealt, time bought. Vinny on the swing, and now John has arrived. A couple of members of Loud remaining. Limping, sure, but they are here. Spike out of reach.
Drone is down.
in a tough spot to try to convert. County makes his best attempt to contribute and fails, leaving the situation in the hands of Tui's. Was once a youngster,
I have retrieved the
but has grown so much. But has he grown to this?
Oh, just dodges the up down.
Oh.
Finds a brief moment of respite to get the spike down. Now still left in a 1v3. Some of the work has been done, but it just got so much harder. Sentinels once again tie us up.
Who other than Zelsis to step up for his team in a moment where he was just getting swarmed by utility, swarmed by an Omen ultimate all the way behind him, and to isolate these 1v1s and give his team a chance into getting there, getting the rotate in and making a retake?
Nice, boys.
I mean, he really did it all. He really set the tone. I mean, for a Sentinels round win right there, Doug.
Getting the 2 that he got was outrageous enough
Yeah,
to
it's
almost
insane.
get 3 is ridiculous. And so once again, we're tied light armor on a couple of members on both sides.
And so far, both timeouts. Very well done from each team. Sentinels winning off of their timeout. It's going to be an A-trap here for Sentinels. A lot of utility invested. Second, he's getting very aggressive. He dodges that Cypher Cam as well.
But they've got to suspect somebody's here, right? Surely DG can't see a damn thing.
What?
Air raid falls. Are they expecting John here? He's found the tiniest sliver of safety.
لا 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 هرب 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 يا معلم هرب هرب.
The site is open, but everything was seen from the side of Loud. That Cypher ultimate. It's false information, though. The double back call from John QT in this moment, so good.
That's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
How much do they bite on this? Because yeah, Kawanzi's making a load of noise. See,
They're not falling for it, Doug. Look at the minimap right now. 3 members towards this A site. This is the best chance Sentinels have being down a man.
Seconds pushing forward.
No, no,
Spotted
no,
one
no, no.
member. Not
No, no,
connected,
no, no.
dancing left
What?
and right, trying to survives.
Happy feet.
Lives to
Oh.
fight another day. Meanwhile, Tui's not nearly as fortunate. DG pushing into the
Sorry,
smoke, and he's
miss.
dropped.
That's survive.
They've swung things back in their favor.
Oh my goodness.
This was
Nice.
a 5v4 that they have snatched back.
Loud have crumbled in this round.
But the work's not done, is it?
spike planted.
The spike's still planted. They're not out of the
يخ
woodwork.
يخ 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 يخ
Being
بوم.
in a really good spot. Zelsis weak. 1 down. Seconds justice more off though. Off the
God
swing. He's not able to
dang.
draw the gun quickly enough. Now
I'm
Vinny
watching
left
it.
in a 1v3.
But-
Spots 1.
تعرف يعرف
Still more work to
كيف.
be done. Remember, second is
Nice.
so weak.
GG.
But it's not enough. Another defuse comes through, and again, another lead change.
Vinny's had clutch moments before against EG, but this time, the IGL v IGL John sits him down. And what a comeback to the round that looked like Loud were just in control of from the start.
One enemy.
The way that Zekin was dancing around that door, not getting taken out. I mean, he almost gave Kaplan a heart attack, but
I mean,
they
honestly,
turned it around. It was a phenomenal job.
well, and that's how the half has been,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't feel like either team has really been able to create any separation.
Super stressful.
Just when you think you have something figured out, another wrinkle is thrown into the ploy. And this time, it's Constantine with an Ares.
Get some good damage as well.
Find you.
Zekin's sitting at 60 HP, but with what we saw him do last round, I mean, he's a tough cookie to crack. It is going to be a B execute here from Loud. A lot of members here from the side of Sentinels. Those satchels were less than ideal, but it gets the job done. The space is gathered. Lucky no one was out in the open to pick them off.
A deep trip in an attempt to planting the spike. Vinny will be 2 away from his ult here.
3 members of Loud in that baby door. There is a Cypher trip set up here as well that can do some damage later in the round.
But he's playing ahead of the trip. He's got to give some of this space up.
Might be a bait.
You are flirting with fire, son.
Oh,
Fully flashed, still gets a kill. Now dropped. There's that trip that we were just talking about. Pancada and Tui is able to drop second and narrate. Now Pancada continuing to push forward. Snaps onto John. Snaps onto Bang.
Damn.
And again, a tie.
He said we've only seen 30% of his power. I think we just saw something very good from him in this round. He stepped it up big, sitting at 9-7, the top of the scoreboard, closing out the half for his team, making it even 6-6.
A much more highly contested battle between these two. And you mentioned it, yeah, it's Loud's map pick, and you know we can have that conversation, but the truth of the matter is Loud have pushed, Sentinels have pushed back, neither team has folded. And that just made for a really damn good half of Valorant. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was great.
The good thing is, there's more Valorant to be had on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere, stick with us, we'll be right back.
Ooh, stuck paying for that old phone? Don't be. You know, at Verizon, we'll pay off your phone. And you'll get iPhone 16 on us. That's
iPhone, ما اشتريش ايفون ارسل.
$100 only on Verizon.
ما اشتريش ايفون ارسل. Half time. Wait.
The tables have turned, and now Sentinels are going to be on the attacking side. We'll see how things play out. Again, thank you for sticking with us through the break. Dre, I want to get your thoughts on this comp. We've seen it on the defense for Sentinels, but this Vice, Tejo, Breach, Yoru, what are you looking for? What are you expecting?
So many options available for this attacking side. I mean, you could really bait out a lot of the utility that Loud has and then just execute on a site with the infinite utility that you have.
Right.
So I'm expecting a lot of that. That's the power in the Yoru. You can TP out of a lot of this crazy stuns or tether nades that can happen. Zekin already trying to dance with fire over here towards that A side default. And everybody else just holding.
It's interesting. John dropped his missiles right outside of B main at the very beginning of the round, and they're still looking at it. Almost convinced that there would be a swing there.
Rightfully so. I mean, 3 members were geared up towards there for the side of Loud. It's a full retake on this C site with only a cam there. Orb is gathered by John. Already putting an emphasis on that Teo ultimate. We've seen how good John can be. The Michael Bay of Teo. He's the director on this agent.
Worth noting here, too, 5 ghosts on the side of Loud.
Yeah, not a lot of utility.
I mean, they are shooters. And so you go, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
This is a smart pistol round from Sentinels, denying info at A, taking all that space. It does prompt a bit of a speed up from Loud. This is the protocols from either end right now. John, he might get cut off here.
They're playing him like puppets on strings, but you're right, John's gonna get caught on the swing.
Good proactivity from Loud in mid. Yeah, the rotate's very late. Sentinels are gonna have to take space. Deep CT try to even the score.
They're planning really deep here.
Yeah, they're all corralled back here though, and there's a breach at the other end of this, Doug.
I think they're gonna want to scale into spawn and then potentially flip through.
Oh, they gotta be careful here though.
والله تخدروا عليهم والله خدروا
They're
عليهم.
digging their heels in. They're choosing to stay.
They're just gonna fight.
Spamming through the smoke. Zekin looking to find another one for free, and he does.
It's bloody murder.
2 left. What can DG and Vinny do? Side by side, trying to attempt this retake. From spawn, gets the best of Zekin. Still plenty of work to be done, though. 2 classics on the other side, but light armor.
It's not planted for them.
Vinny, he's gotten it to half. He's
Oh,
gotten it to
Vinny,
half.
what?
There's the swing. The flash comes through. And
Yo.
round for Sentinels.
Yo.
Celsius and
Gewoon
Seasight,
een
he's clutching
Selena.
again and again, Doug. It comes down to
Selena.
this man right here on your screen. And he stepped up to the plate like
حسن شنو
crazy.
شوف جنز مشى خلى الوراث خلى ولاده.
Those are those missiles you saw in the beginning.
هي
Some
دي
going
في
towards
اي
C
دي
as
ام
well,
يعني
trying
حيدير
to
هذاك
thwart
الشرف
any
ذاك
type of
النصاب
aggression. I like
ديال
the proactivity from
اسمه
Loud off of that
بوب
A
بوب.
default when they kind of get denied info over there. But the way that Sentinels identified where they should be playing in that post plant, taking the fight too loud on that flank. They understood that that breach fault line in CT, it's very strong.
A Marshall for Zekin here in the second round of the half.
Yeah, and a fast approach out A as well. Testing the waters here, getting a little bit more confidence. See what kind of utility is thrown.
It is there. He hasn't found it yet, but it is there.
Certainly, and he gets to just prod in here. Cam will be tapped maybe after some sound is made. Zekin's just messing around over here with the Marshall. Gets the orb for free. No tap of the Cam still.
Come on, man.
There it is. Caught in 4K.
Removal of the dart, though. And I think for Sentinels, they haven't invested a ton on this side.
And this is something that Zelsis is so good at doing. When contact has been made on one side of the site, he goes hunting, he goes fishing. And he just weasels his way in, Doug.
Are they going to take the bait?
But it doesn't matter, because even if he sees 3 here, he's going to call his team to go A.
No, but he whiffed it. Oh, he whiffed it. He made a mess of it.
All good. You still have the numbers advantage. 4v2 on the A site. It's all part of the master plan. An absolute cinema.
Paranoia out. They're going to continue to scale. 2E's falls.
Good delay, though.
13 seconds left.
Oh my God, the nade!
A second attempt. Finally
Planted.
succeeding. But it's gone down to a 3v3. This has already gotten way too messy. Couple of members weak. DG has a Sheriff.
Oh, 2 members are 1 shot. No.
Potential to steal the round away. What can Loud do? Can they turn this into magic?
Player standing.
Does not seem to be the case unless Pancata can do it on his own. And the no-scope from Zekin will seal the deal. Sentinels get to 8.
Very labored. But Sentinels, they bring it back. They win the anti-eco round. Zelsis, he saw 3 members on that C site when he was going fishing. And he's so good at just finessing around these corners, finding the right timings, just slipping right past the defenses. Gives enough info for his team to get here. And it got scary for Sentinels.
Yeah, it got way closer than it should have been. You're right.
I mean, that layered utility from Loud was really good. It almost got the job done.
They're just so uncomfortable on the site.
Absolutely. We'll be
A bit
fire
of-
with fire here.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy start towards A from both sides, and DG lights him up. That's 3 on the round for him.
And he wanted more.
Vinny having to take a step back as he's peppered. Worse for wear, 21 HP. And Sentinels find themselves in a bit of a mess. Bang is weak.
You have 2 of the most clutch players on the Sentinels roster with 1 minute on the clock to do what they want to do. Bang. I think there may have been a shoulder scene right there from Kawazin.
A
But
tap.
this-
Yeah, the tap of the door too will confirm. Creeping forward, playing things as quietly as he can. They've got to find a way to try to get this back to equal footing. Yeah, they've gotten the spike down. But there's a flank that's going to be coming in from Pekata through the southern side of the map.
He second guesses himself.
This is taking a long time, Dre.
Yeah, they're Loud are so cautious right now. But Bang and Zelsis, they're so clutch.
Big from Celsius. He's not going to get challenged again. The spike has been ticking for a long time. They've got to accelerate here.
This 1v1 is what it comes down to right here.
Player standing.
That's 1 found. Banks got to get this kill. He's able to get 1. Knows there are a couple more on the other side. Team will swing and clean him up. And now the defuse.
Yeah, it seemed very scary, but I guess Loud, they were very calm and composed during that entire time. That 1v1 that Pancata won against Zelsis.
That was it.
Yeah, that was really what made the difference there. Because, yeah, with that time ticking, could have gone in favor of Sentinels. And listen, Doug, there's a lot of questions from everybody, Doug. A lot of questions from everybody. Is DG Zine just an op one trick? Yeah, forget an agent one trick. Forget about a Jet. Is he an op one trick? Stepping up huge here, showcasing his rifle skills. That 3K, it was snappy, man.
There was never any question of that guy's mechanical skill when he was on the stage and when he took the year off, but he's back now. A very aggressive play towards B, and again, this is gonna be a mess. They're all huddled in here. The rocket deals a little bit of damage, but it does not find lethality. Meanwhile, Sentinel's on the other side. The counterpunch connects. You've got to be careful here, though. Pancata again on the prowl. Wise to it, though. Zelsus was covering the flank. Now all eyes towards A.
And 2 trips, also a Cypher Cam here as well. Sentinels, they're gonna have to just disrespect this. They have to just speed up into sight here. The more time they waste, the more time Pancata is allowed to flank.
There's just so much utility, as you mentioned, that they're gonna have to navigate through and circumvent.
Oh, they've done just that as well.
Planted.
Now this flank is absolutely useless from Pancata. Post plant, 3 players in tree. Narrate with a solo on site. A great paranoia on the top of the door.
Pancata looking for a target, looking for a scalp to claim.
Smoke.
Meanwhile, they've been stuck on the other side, and Kalanzine! Oh, it's a mess! Narrate can still secure the round off the stun. There's a swing, he finds one. Backs against the wall, can Narrate respond? Can he contribute? He's gotten it down to the one that remained, and he cannot hold on. Kalanzine, what was that?
What was the flash that hit Sentinels in tree right there? Was it the Vice flash that blinded everybody?
I'm not sure.
I gotta play that back. I just missed it. It all happened so fast. This was the entry into the round, but it's madness. I mean, look at John QT. He got team flash right there. So unfortunate. He was the guy that would have taken Kalanzine out. Yo, he's popping off. STK is also popping off.
Again, this back and forth affair continues to deliver. It's a gift that keeps on giving. 8-8.
What a banger first match so far. A lot of utility here invested from Sentinels to take this C space. Something we haven't seen yet. A very aggressive trip and a spam.
These Pugnation protocols are not working out for Sentinels. So much found. And again, Sentinels are forced onto this back foot.
I must wait a moment.
Still early days in the round, but it feels they've invested this ult. They've got a flank coming around the other side. And they still know. Zekin's able to trade it for one, yes, but there's so much more left to do. The Prowler, Loud, it's not enough. Loud take the lead back.
And you love to see it, that trap play from Loud onto the C mound area, that deep trip right on the ground. Tui's gets a free spam, but the follow-up, Doug, from Kalanzine, that fade eye, that is insane. That was thrown from B site, Doug. That's a lineup from B site.
Last player standing.
What a sick play.
Okay, done.
You can't do anything about that if you're Sen. There's no way you're ready for that. A wisely timed timeout from Kaplan right now, because they just got absolutely decimated by that trap play from Loud.
The timeline,
That was...
the timeline tells how close of a game this has been and how it feels like Loud are starting to create a little bit of separation. They just won 3 rounds in a row, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the first time either team has won that many rounds in a bunch. Loud are starting to tip things their way here.
And what a way to do it as well with the crazy trap play. I mean, what a read. What a call from Vinny to call that setup. And the heads-up play from Kalanzine to be able to get that lineup out in time while still kind of worrying about that front B, that's
hard,
not an
man.
easy thing to do. That's like a split-second decision off of the trip hit.
But it's going to have to continue to be stuff like that if they want to put Sentinels away, because as we've mentioned a couple of times now, they're not folding, right? They'll bend, but they have not broken yet. So if there is to be a knockout blow on Loud, where does it come from? Is it the op in the hands of DG? Because we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. I mean, this is a tough map to op
I would
on as
know.
well, so we might not even see it at all on this map, but you're definitely going to be seeing it on Pearl. We know that as a fact.
الله هرب 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 هرب.
Speeding up towards C once again.
But another change of a trip here.
This is 5 stingers. I mean, they're wanting to get up close and personal. They're wanting to get past all this utility and try to take the fight to their doorstep.
Voilà, انت كثير.
Disgusting.
كذا.
Cypher trips are dismantling sentinels like Kawanzin running through.
Stinger's just not connecting.
ابغى
Again,
يسيب. لا
Sentinels are
لا.
in a spot where they're
فور في تو.
fully surrounded.
واحدين
You got
مين
2 towards
واحدين
Swan.
Last player
Link.
standing.
You got 2 on the other side as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, man. I mean, we've seen him here before, but he only took out 2 previously. He's going to have to take out the entire squad of Loud, and he cannot do that here. 2Es will clean up the round. That's 10-8 now for Loud.
And 4 rounds in a row.
Ridiculous. The
Now that-
last 2 rounds, a free kill off the Cypher trip. He's changing up his positioning with this utility, and it's paying out dividends.
Planted. One enemy.
Yeah, it certainly worked that round.
Oh,
Again,
yeah,
those were
yeah.
5 stingers, but the point being, we're seeing a gap.
But now you're worried if you're Sentinels. Where are these trips at? You don't have a raise to really, I guess, break a lot of areas where it could be at.
Sure, you don't have the nades, you don't have the satchels, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you have the Yoru clone, but it's not really getting as much value.
There's a lot towards A here for Loud.
Yeah, bit of a gamble here from Loud, opting to play that full retake C. Info will be gathered now.
كلهم شو لسه. السخاوية.
And, I mean, they're just
Trust the
running
hell,
C. They're playing the odds. Okay, you stuffed us there twice. Surely not a 3rd time. There's that Yoru.
كده
clone
صار
this time.
فرصة فيقول غادي عنهم ده.
So,
Trust
being a
the
little bit
hell,
more
yeah.
methodical on the entry is Sentinels.
خصهم يسربيو.
And
If they try to fight this out from C, they have the tools to do it, Dre. They have Narrate's ult, they have John's ult too.
هذه في اللوران كرة تبلتها قويلة.
narrate.
Do they know they're there?
Oh, the tap of the door though.
There it is, Rolling Thunder invested. They've also got the Teho ult used. Vinny's the first claim, the paranoia not connecting, but the smoke to provide a little bit of cover. They got to try to flood out. DG plucked from the sky.
Oh, there's stuff.
There's no way for them to get in.
They can't do anything. Right now, if you're Loud, you go for every exit you possibly can.
And now 2Es has been dealt with from Defender Spawn.
Yeah. If there was a Teho utility kill counter, I think John would have the most. Don't fact check me on that, but I feel like he really does. It seems like it. Every time I see this guy, he gets a kill with it.
Nice.
But yeah, that Armageddon as well. Great reaction. I think there was an interview with John himself saying that Teho comes down to the creativity of the player.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
he's extremely creative on how he uses the utility. He's very smart. I mean, this ult, that's not something that you rehearse. It's
No,
just
that's
on the fly.
Yeah.
تعرف هذا منصة الدعوة.
So a really good post plant this time around from Sentinels. And that's the key to success for Sen. They need to get on these sites without dropping 1-2 players. Give themselves an actual chance.
They've gotten back up to 9. Still 1 round separating these 2 teams. On a map that has had 6 lead changes so far. There might still be more.
That's how close it's been. We do finally get to see the operator out of DG's in. This is a very aggressive angle. And there's a breach to follow it up. C utility was used very early on for Sentinels. Nothing behind it though. Pancada, he does slip a little bit ahead of the mound area. He's got to be careful here though. If utility is invested from Sen, he might not be able to get that TP off in time.
This is a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, you got to get out now.
Yeah, they're so diligent in their approach, man.
Very
A little
smart.
bit of laziness, and maybe you don't clear that, he gets 1.
There's
But
the lurk.
that's big, too. I mean, you were just talking about how part of the success for Sentinels is you can't be in a numbers down situation early. What? Instantly equalized, though. Big from Bang. And now they can turn their attention towards C. The spam not connecting. 10 HP for the controller as he TPs onto the site. Vinny has his ult. How are you going to retake with an op in the hands of DG, though?
خسر خير خسر كلهم شو دغيا.
Rolling Thunder invested. They really did not have a chance to settle. Second is gone unchecked.
Nice.
He wasn't hit. Able to get one onto Kawanzin. Narrate on the swing. The spike has been planted, and now
He still has a flash.
There is a question that Loud have to answer. Do they fully commit to this? Do they try to save? The money's not great.
Woo!
A big swing out from Narrate. Traded right back, though.
Nerd.
32, they continue to knock. But the door has been slammed shut. And again, we are tied.
And the operator just got no value in this round whatsoever. There wasn't anybody to follow up off of that breach ultimate. And yeah, it missed again. One player being the key difference maker, dodging the breach ultimate, killing everybody in water. I like the idea from Loud, breach ulting the site, maybe trying to force them back into that operator of DGZin who was tapping that door. The Sentinels, they had a read on it. They weren't falling for that whatsoever. Everybody played in sight. Nobody took a challenge. And bang, this 180. I mean, you cannot make that up.
Whoa! كده هاكر.
There's just some fire in this kid. He's just able to find kills like that. Loud. They used their last time out here. We're all tied up again. Sentinel stringing 2 rounds back to back. A lot of success on these C post plants. And now Loud, they kind of are forced to compensate. You're kind of going to have to play a heavier C side setup. But John and Kaplan, they're probably reading ahead of that. You might see them work a little bit more B. They haven't really touched B whatsoever other than that walk up from Zelsis, who just got killed.
I think if you're Loud, you have to figure out how do you find value from the op. Right, you had it in a round, you were able to save it into the next. You've got to set DG up, and I think they tried that in the previous round by getting him on that deep A line that you mentioned. But
and it gave them a lot of good info as well.
It did, but the info didn't win them the round.
It's just so hard because of Sentinel's composition. They have so much utility to use on these post plants. I mean, they didn't even have ults. Wait till Sentinels start getting ults online.
I mean, that's not going to be anytime soon. You've got Celsius, who's one away from his, but other than that, a clean slate for Zekin and Bang.
Yeah.
So it will be a bit.
Yeah, here's what I'm talking about, that compensating now for the C site, but Sentinels are still going to show. They're still going to do the default. DG a little bit closer now. Maybe going to peek a little more aggressively with the Sky Dog in front beat. A lot of spam.
With confidence and conviction, Sentinels push towards C. Second the tip of the spear. And yeah, he gets beat up a little bit, but they've gotten the space they wanted.
And I wonder now, Doug, if Sentinels are going to tap on this door, re-clear that front B space. Maybe at the same time as they walk all the way back. Footsteps were heard. Kawanzin heard Zelsis put that wall up as well. This is all signs leading to C right now. DGZin is going to have to go huge here.
The clone attempting
to
swings on Zekin. Again, absolute filth. But still more to be done. Repositioning.
صرنا نقوم نشوف أول شيء يدير. مخرج لاحظ شيء بدنا نقوم.
Kawanzin make things really uncomfortable for Narrate as he tries to dance around the mound. Finds a kill on Kawanzin. Vinny on the swing, he will fall as well. Another claim by Narrate.
سلوسة.
Another round where this operator has seemed to not get any value. He's getting triple swung, but it's the quick scope.
It's not done yet.
Nice.
Only one found. Narrate with 3. Penkata on his own. Started the round on to Zekin. He's gotten it down to 1v1,
Nice.
and Narrate saves the day for Sentinels.
عشان نعرف ناداسة.
4 apiece as Sentinels take the lead again.
Saves the day indeed, getting 4 into the round. He killed 2 by himself on the flank. So much utility being thrown at him, but he was calm, collected. He racked up the headshots. Nice attempt from DGZin. That's the only value he's gotten from that operator. He had to jump operator somebody. And a little bit of hype now from Sentinels. That's scary. When they get going, it's full steam ahead.
And going they have gotten. That's 3 rounds in a row for Sentinels. They've taken the lead back. Now the 7th lead change in this one map. This back and forth affair has been a treat to watch if you're not a fan of either team. But it's been nothing but stress and heart attacks for those who are.
And it's been nothing but C hits for success for Sentinels.
If it ain't broke. Again, they will test the waters here.
You can't even get into the site. You can't play in it. You can't flood out. Sentinels force you to play retake. And their post
كيك
are
رجعوا
so
الله
damn
كي
good.
دخلوا دغيا باش كانوا الاخرين اختهم
He
يرجعوا
is a sheriff and Kamadine is a bucky.
Yep. I mean, they have to buy every single round after this too.
زيكن ناضي اش
You'd
كيدير
imagine
عندك
how
عندك
things
زيكن
gone
زيكن عندك
historically.
Excuse me?
زيكن صيتي هاد اللايف
Forget what I was saying.
That's two.
Oh my. 3,
Oh.
4,
They've taken this back.
off of the Bucky, man.
They didn't have the weaponry.
What is this series, Zelsis? He has no chance here.
But honestly, weaponry be damned.
Wow. Just one spot left unchecked, and Kawanzin fills the gap. The perfect Bucky headshot. I mean, a one pump. It doesn't get more satisfying than that. Pankata just in deep spawn. He's able to see over the actual site, pick off some of those tips of the heads. And right now, DG's in. He has the showstopper online. No operator in play. Maybe that's the difference maker. And that's a weird thing to say, Doug.
Note here, Kawanzin is one off of his ult too. I wonder if there's a set piece to try to get him the orb.
Yeah, looks like they thinking about it at the start of the round.
Vinny's
This
alone.
one is not good for Vinny. Second, what a nice shot, and he's out. So now the defense is spread thin.
Crosshair placement هذاك يتسمى man.
John QT is able to maneuver, bait out rotations already. DG's in, cheating over towards that A site. And Lotus right now for Sentinels, it's theirs.
It's a one map. It's a one site map right now for them. Again, they're back C. Second's got to be careful.
Yeah, but if you can get another one here.
There's a lot of threat on the other side. Two found.
Here's the speed up into C. It's all up to Pankata here. What can he do? How long can he delay?
The Paranoia will buy a little bit of time as he tries to TP to safety and does.
Does a great job.
Celsius is in a good spot.
Wow, another head-to-head one. That's the second 1v1 Kalanzina's shut down Zelsis in.
And so again, the numbers deficit situation for Sentinels, and it just went from bad to worse. Loud knocking on the door of map point. Narrate left in a 1v4. Doesn't even have the spike. He's gonna frag his way through this. He has no choice. Not offered any other opportunity. Just waiting to see if anyone's foolish enough to make a mistake, a slip. But it does, again, not look like that will be the case. Louder the first to 12.
Doug, it looks so promising at the start of the round for Sentinels. Zekin
Ah,
gets the pick
my
on the A,
gosh.
but then he stays for too long. Too many 50-50s after your man up. This 50-50 right here, it defines the round. It gives Kawanzin the fire that he needs to just destroy Sentinels. A bit of an overheat. Overcooking a little too much. And now a double operator, Doug.
And it's going to be on opposite sides of the map. 2Es with one, DG with the other. No, DG used his ult in the last round, but Kawanzin has his. Tap of the door, an aggressive line taken, and once again, all eyes towards C. Celsius is going to be controlling the flank. He's been patient, but now he's been found. He's been had.
Yeah, he's fished out right now.
Wisely takes a step back. But with an op on the other side, it's danger.
And a spam kill on the bang.
The Rolling Thunder will try to forge a path out onto the site. They've invested a bit more ults on the back of the site as well. Numbers the way of the defense. And the spike still hasn't really made its way out. It's been labored. It's been difficult to get through. But they find clarity in the Calamity. Things slow down, and now space is theirs to take. DG with the op, a turn of the flash, a second swing back. Now stunned again, taken off the line, and third time is best. He gets the last kill. Loud take Lotus. What a map.
What a map indeed. That operator wasn't really doing anything in the early rounds, but DG's in warming up a little bit, closing it out. Pankata though, getting that final kill on the bang in that last round. Taking out a player like that, that gives you the confidence to close it out yourself.
Yeah, I said going into this series, I had a lot of questions for Loud. How real were they, right?
Yeah.
How good are these guys? How good is this team? It's only been one map, but they showed me a lot.
And it's been a long time coming. Like I said, 4 years ago, 3 of these members teamed up in the beginning of Valorant. Now, they're back here, and they're taking names. They've won this first map of Lotus.
Yes, it was their map pick. It was a map that neither team had shown. But now we're headed to
إخوان I'll be right back. راح الحوارات هو.
So we'll see how things look on the other side of this. Again, if you are just joining...
Last
نشوف احنا اهم شيء هاي اف بي اس داكشي سموث
داكشي
cutting their vision.
blinded اجي لما
في دا في
لا 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 لا
One enemy remaining.
راه مشيت نقطع فار
رداو البنت ليش معلم دراسك عشان ندير عندنا نخو لعبوا مشينا غنكامب
شي بين عندنا خويا وارمي اب نهار كامل هذاك يجيو يلعبوا في الليل طرح واحد ديال الكومبيتيشن
هنا انا بوت هنا يلا وان اول
المهم الطرح خصنا نربحوه مربوح
رسميا
خصنا نربحوه ماشي
Cutting their vision.
نو وان ميد
ما بي
خونا عاونك انا نعاون
Spike down B.
اسمح لي راه تكتب الله يلي فيك
Spike spotted B.
وعلى وين طاب وعلى وين طاب
One enemy remaining.
هذيك اوبي ناري
خاف الشاشه هوان
اسمع
اسكت خلينا نسمع انا ناضي
Match point.
انا قلت كلمتي خليني نسمع
ناري
خاف الشاشه هوان
اسمع
اسكت خلينا نسمع انا ناضي
Match point.
الشاشه هوان
اسمع
اسكت خلينا نسمع انا ناضي
Match.
Like they're, I guess,
ناري
خاف الشاشه هوان
ناري
خاف الشاشه هوان
اسمع
اسكت خلينا نسمع انا ناضي
so strong. Like
Match point.
انا قلت كلمتي خليني نسمع كاينش الضحك كاينش اللعب
ما كاينش اللعب نتوما ما احترموناش
انتو ما تعرفوناش والله انت ما دوست صاحبي انا فاكين جوش
والله تاكين
والله تاكوش انا
انا مقيلتي صافي
سير
نعرفو الغاشي ربي ما تسمع ديك فاوند وان بغيتي تسمعها انت
Still in sight.
اما نبي بي
ناري
Cutting their vision.
هارد السجن
I think they're, I watched them split. They have a really good, like even though
One enemy remaining.
جوش
that I need to see what happens. Otherwise, I would say a 2-1.
One enemy remaining.
Interesting though is that we were talking about how maybe like the match opponents weren't necessarily up to the same.
One enemy remaining.
جوش انا
You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
زيد الاخر ديالك نخليه لك
I'm a big WoW fan.
اوكي فينا هو ما يعطينيش
I like it. All right then. Well, you heard here from Emily. She's the only loud believer.
Yeah,
for
right,
Brazilian
yeah,
Valorant fans out there.
غيكون هنا غيكون لونغ بينا
But
باش
for
نشوف
now though, let's go ahead, toss it over to Coach Kaplan, who's standing by for the listeners.
شوف المسج
Here with the coach
No,
of
she-
Sentinels,
oh.
Kaplan, a very
No,
close
no,
map,
no,
but
no.
Loud runs away with it 13 to 11. What did you
This
tell
is
the boys
up,
back there
up,
that they
up.
needed to work on in order to take away map 2?
Gonna tell him again before we load it.
نايس حبيبي صح
Defenders win.
Someone else will clean up. I don't take out the trash.
Than we normally play. We just need to play with confidence. And there's no excuses. I have an incredibly talented squad who all have stage experience. So we just gotta play like we're here to win and do what we've practiced.
والله
Right
كرشي
pace, we'll be good.
ويت كيفاش وات
مالك
Do what they have to do to get the
كلمة
win.
فاتني
Play with that
بالاسيستات
Coach Kaplan.
لا يقدر يكون بالاسيستيت
That felt like a little bit more aggressive than I'm used to out of Cap.
I like it though.
He was
Sure,
clearly
sure,
not
I don't
happy with how Sentinels were performing.
Well, how
in the
could
game.
you be happy?
No,
given that you know you're running Tejo, the greatest agent in the world, and then out of nowhere.
Okay, we're
I know.
both knobs out of perspective. But
hyper.
I can read what you're doing. It felt like a little bit more. But truthfully, I think like especially that second half was kind of a disaster. A string of some really tough rounds. So I think it might even be a little bit more than just confidence here. And it's like basic fundamentals that they need to be hitting. That just
I mean, there were whole rounds where like haunts weren't even being shot at.
Oh, for sure. People just not even holding smokes. Like
Yeah.
they were taking the sites with Teo.
I can read
And just
what
not holding
it felt like a
going
little
back
bit.
and
But
forth.
truthfully,
Yeah, they were
I think like
they were getting
especially
away
that
with it.
second
Loud
half
was. Now we
kind of
move on to Pearl.
لونغ بينا
Where
باش
for
نشوف
now, though, let's go ahead. I genuinely did not think Loud would be in
Last-
this position, but here they are, and they look great.
Sure, and look.
Someone else will clean up. I don't take out the trash.
Sure.
On this one, because think about how close that map was and how sort of lackluster the fundamentals were for Sentinels. Like, I have
like they
some
tweak
belief
it.
there that you can tweak that, like you're saying, get course corrected coming in here and look way better.
But does Pearl allow you that kind of freedom to do that, right? Is this the map where, like, you're now kind of been down in the dumps a few times here. Pearl's very, like, you know, you kind of just run like 1 or 2 plays over and over and over again. So what is your take on it? Do you feel like Sentinels have the opportunity here to kind of shift this around, or, well, what we saw in that last game could maybe play?
I think if Sentinels bring it back to the basics, I definitely think, you know, it would be...
It should be them.
It should be them. It should be them, I will say that. But it just depends on if they can actually get those fundamentals rather than the, you know, the new comp.
It was startling, though, to see Coach Kaplan be so... like, whoa, you gotta make this happen, right? Yeah. So, if anything, if there's one thing that we know, it's Coach Kaplan was probably giving those boys a few words in the back as well. Certainly wanted to make sure that these guys are all ready to go as we get ready for Pearl. And we are going to give you guys a quick commercial break. When we come back, we dive into map number 2. It's Pearl Ken Loud. Close it out 2-0, or with Sentinels. Get the dub and force map 3. We'll see you on the other side.
فين أكايش ويني؟ في الشارع. عشان جاك دخلت اللايف أخوه.
With me on the call is Dre. We're going to take a look at Agent Select. I would imagine, Dre, that we're going to get a lot more of this Vice, Breach, Yoru stuff out from Sentinels that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything change for either of these teams. We saw, you know, previously Loud even running the deep. And I really like the way that Sentinels approached Pearl with this comp that they ran on Lotus. It seems like this is their bread and butter. I think that they did a really good job of identifying where DGZin's operator was on the defensive side of Lotus, and this composition specifically has so much good utility to flush out and offer, even punish him. I mean, you saw clips of Cryo getting absolutely demolished by Taeho missiles, getting stuck in a corner, and Zek and TPing on him. So I think that for Loud, their key to success is maybe identifying if the comp isn't working and putting DGZin on that rifle.
There's that comp that you were mentioning on the side of Loud. You've got Jet, Astra, KO, Sova, and then Cypher, and then again, we imagine Sentinels will be showing a bit of the same. I want to get your thoughts on this because this was part of the conversation that the desk had at the beginning of the show was Taeho's win rate against non-mirror matchups.
Yeah.
They did it once, and you even heard STK say in the interview with Liz, they felt very confident in a plan to not have to run Taeho and still be able to beat it. They did it on Lotus. Pearl feels like a different beast, though.
Yeah, especially with the changes to the smokes where you can't just ping and spam anymore. The Taeho utility feels like it's just even stronger for that because you can use missiles on the spike, you can do everything of that sort. How many rounds did we see Sentinel get away with using the spike against 100 Thieves without getting spammed? It's really changed the entire game. It's changed this map.
It does feel like Taeho's maybe I would venture to say strongest map would be Pearl. So again, we'll see. Can Loud do it again? They were able to figure out how to get a win against the Taeho comp without running one on Lotus. We'll see if Pearl tells a similar story. Loud on the attacking side, a little bit of an exploratory mission towards the middle of the map and up towards Art. It's not a split though.
This already looks like the last pistol they ran on, bro. And they lost. They got demolished here.
Watch that flash. There it is. DG has to accelerate and still gets a kill on his Elsis. Traded right back though from John.
أما بدو يتخيلهم.
Explosiveness right now from Loud. All the meanwhile, Pancata, he's now creeping up C-long. Narrate, get some info. But this is a free C site currently. Sentinels, they're going to have to regroup, get together, try to get some nice shots here with those ghosts that they have. Second and Narrate, second, we saw him get 3 in the previous pistol on Lotus. All headshots. He's going to have to step up huge here. Loud, they're playing this so cautious. It's honestly buying a lot of time for Sentinels to get good positions for this retake.
Well, I mean, Sentinels have to go slow here. There's no idea on where the other members are, and you know they're outnumbered. Note here, clean bill of health for both the Duelist and the Initiator.
Colin Zine also Roster has that light armor. It's going to take 2 bullets to take him out at least.
Surely you're not expecting him here. You've been spotted, you've been stunned, and now the swing impending. Nakata's shoulder
Good jiggle.
has been seen. Off of it. The clone is so good, but again, he still can't find the kill, and all this is doing is buying time. Sentinels have to accelerate here, and now they're going to have their attention divided. I said one way, I said another. Zekin in a 1v3. He's gotten it down to 1. It's just not enough. He was way too weak.
They tried their best. Pancata, he's just too sharp. 5-0 in first kills, first deaths on the last map. He closes this pistol round out, but Loud again. They get the first blood and the trades to follow up. They had 16 first kills on Lotus, though.
That's ridiculous.
Sentinels had 8. And I remember John QT saying in the last series when they lost the first map, 13-4 to 100 Thieves on that split, we were playing like boys on that last map. Let's play like men now. How many times can that speech work, though, before you just have to play like that from the start?
I think it also was a frustrated look out from Kaplan is Loud. Just really highlighting the gun difference here. TG able to get 2, make that 3. Classic.
It's so
just
reminiscent of the Lotus too, right? When there was a stack in C, right behind the smoke, but they just get sprayed down.
Yeah, and the Classic just really whimpers in the face of a Vandal in a situation like that. But yeah, it was frustrating from Kaplan. You heard in the interview with Liz in between maps, like they need to play like this is the same game that they play in practice every day. And there's no excuses. Their team that has stage experience, things like that, is just a very different tone out from their head coach.
I mean, they really curated one of the best rosters, I think, out of any of the teams in VCT. Pick up one of the EMEA's best players in Narrate. I mean, yeah, he was in NA before, but you bring him back. He had such a strong performance in EMEA. Bring Bang, who's one of the best controller players in NA, hands down. No question about it. A little bit of whiffage, Tui's will get the job done, but you have Loud, who brings back stragglers, people that have been brought down to the gulag.
You're right, though. I think the Sentinels roster was built to win, right? Like that was the intentions behind these pieces that they put together. And again, Kaplan's a man wears his emotions on his sleeve at times, and you know what he's thinking and how he's feeling. So definitely not how they wanted to start this series or this map. Down 2-0, but now they have guns to fight back with it.
Hey, listen, it seems to be this year slow starts for Sentinels, but one round, one eco, something of the sorts, it can really just bring Sentinels all the way back. And once they get the ball rolling, that's when you see this crazy type of comeback. Still very early on in this map. This first gun round should shape up how the rest of this half will go.
Loud is making a lot of noise towards B, but you take a quick look at the minimap, they're not all there. Really just intended to manipulate rotations, draw them back.
What have we seen so far? We've seen a heavy mid geared up pistol. We've seen a lot of pressure on A on the anti-eco. Now, all this C space gathered, drone invested. 3 members are stuck here at B. You look at the minimap, everyone on Loud already leaning towards that A site. This is great IGLing from Vinny.
Zekin's in a tough spot here. His 1v1 is big. And he stands and he delivers. Now you expect the acceleration out from Dave, but keep a close eye on the mini-map once again, because it's Kalanzine who's going to be looking to do what Pancata could not. And Zekin again is wise to it.
So aware.
Eyes on the back of his head. He knows where the threat's coming from. Dart be damned, ignoring it in the face of it. Gets a kill on the Kalanzine anyway. Now is able to TP away. Threat dealt with. Numbers their way. In the face of all that utility, you've got the stun, you've got the drone, you've got a barrage headed your way. And still trying to navigate and dance around that. Required to do a fancy little 2-step. Face of the flash, Vinny on the turn, still healthy enough to fight. 1 kill for 1. And those numbers do not add up when you're down in a situation like Loud were. Sentinels were on the board.
Zekin is him. All that damage he just did in A main. The pre-fire on the Kalanzine. Kalanzine was a player in the last map who was winning so many of the head-to-head 1v1s. This time, even with scans on Zekin, He gets taken out by a pre-fire. And this is something that Sentinels are so good at, is anchoring this A site. There's so many angles they approach you from. If you don't have that A main control, it just adds another one to the mix. So much of their success is revolved around retaking that A site, getting a couple picks on the way in. You're going to see a lot of Celsius playing around smokes on A, Bang even playing in front of his Astra Stars, then sneaking back into sight. B pressure again from Loud. KO the only one outside of A. He's going to use this knife, try to get some info. He already used it. Right now, the defense holding their ground, not biting on anything.
And they've really only seen what they saw, the knife and then the dart, which is very similar. This is the same look that Sentinel saw in the previous round. Louder showing the exact same thing. So we'll see if this 3-1-1 default continues for Loud.
I think a 50-50 this time a flash.
It's the same look, but this time, as you were saying, he's got a flash to try to tip things back his way. Zekin dancing around, he's got utility to help. That's another 1v1 going the way of the duelist.
No, he's truly had enough. He's taking things into his own hands. He gets flashed off that line, he still stays and fights that.
That's what you want out of your duelist. Meanwhile, Loud now choosing to accelerate and go back towards B. You got DG who's already dashed backside, but Celsius is gone unchecked. Kawanzine still snaps on him though. Finds a kill, and it looks free. DG continuing to push up, Phantom in hand, Zekin on the swing, and that's another head claimed. A massive round out from Loud.
And I don't even know how that's even possible in the first place. What is that flick from Kawanzine on the Celsius? Celsius gets so many kills like that, playing on the edge of a smoke, but to get flicked in that manner, also Bang. He didn't even get to play the round, he just gets spammed off the rip through a smoke. This Loud team, some of the things that they've been doing, some of the things they've been showcasing, it's been nothing short of spectacular. So this time, there's gonna be backup in A main. They've had enough of Zekin being here. It's a dash, dagger, suck play.
Bring it a little bit.
Make sure they're like, yo, if you're gonna stay here, we're gonna try to punish you. Wise of Zekin not to play in the same spot, but the economy of Sentinels, they got broken in that last round. Everybody on Sheriffs. Good team got a mid. But another stack from Sen towards this A site. Loud, they seem to be running into him. The first time around, smokes. This time Sentinel's playing way more back. And in these positions, I mean, you could really pincer the attackers. The Rockets can isolate. You have a lot of stuns. You already have a tether lineup coming out here. Loud need to be very careful. That's a great entry for 2Es.
Stars go down, the utility goes through, and Loud go forward. But the thing is, they haven't really made their way out of main yet. That choke has gone uncleared. Zekin's able to get one, though. The Loud persistent in their approach, continue to push the pace, continue to move forward. And the lighter defense from Sentinels there will crumble. Didn't have the guns, they had the numbers, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, you don't have the Phantoms to really get what you want to do, spamming through that smoke. It was a nice headshot by Zekin with the Sheriff. He's really came online. But I have to say it, Loud have done their homework, and it is showing right now. The contact into Art here, getting that pick, and not just running out with the first layer of utility on the attacking side. They baited out so much of that defensive utility, the Fade Eye, the Taeho missiles, and then they reaggress, use those guns to their advantage. It's very smart fundamental play right now from Loud. Here's that dash play again.
Aggressive, they're investing a lot behind this.
Oh, what a connection.
Dropping John, and the players are looking for more, but he's been sucked into place. Now being able to accelerate and go again, he just waltzes into his death. Narrate is there. He's going to pop his ult. It's going to connect on a couple of members. All three, there's one missing. But how do you navigate through all of that info in such a tense moment? Kawanzine strikes on to Narrate.
And now that's B-side completely open. Vinny calling a freeze to the round. Zekin, he's reaggressing into A main.
Careful. Cannot overextend.
But look at how deep Kawanzine is going. He's going to creep by water. He hears the rotate. Celsius.
Like two ships in the night. Only one of them knows more than the other.
What great IGLing right now. You dagger the sight, it hits Zelsis in that moment, I believe.
Coenzine is still in that position that you mentioned here. Zelsis running over. That's as free of a kill as you're going to get. 3 on the round for Coenzine. Second in a 1v3. Gets his one. Still a winnable situation here. Can he convert?
He has to convert.
It's a big ask. Note here, Vinny is weak. Nakata stands with him though. Second with so much to do, carefully, meticulously, clearing every single angle, every single corner. He's got to speed up though. Time is not on his side. Off the tap, he spots one. Still no idea where the other one is. Vinny biding his time, waiting for the swing. Knife out. He's got to reposition. Spotting the other. Now has idea where both of them are. But it's too much to deal with. Loud will get to 5.
What phenomenal IGLing right now from Vinny. He's really running circles around this Sentinel's defense. This set play off the rip, the Sova ultimate to punish John QT. You have to be frustrated, but the timing on the lurks and the deposit, using the recharge of the dagger to get info that there's still a player on A, taking your odds at B. It's just smart gameplay. There's nothing to be said more about it. Vinny, the IGL sitting at 7-4-4. Another KO ultimate online.
And a timeout called from Sentinels. Again, the last time we heard from Kaplan, he sounded frustrated, perturbed at what he was seeing, and I imagine the conversation hasn't changed much here.
And at this point, as a player, I would imagine you'd be very frustrated with what's happening to you as well. I mean, you even the trades on the site, but then you're getting lurked on. Then there's a deposit of a Sova. No one really expects the Sova lurk.
No, why would you?
But it was drawn up like that from the start for Loud. He was sitting all the way in the back of spawn with that lineup dart. Gets the Sova ultimate. He's the win contingency plan. Wrapping all the way back around Arc. And so far there's been so many different type of looks from Loud. It's really hard if you're Sen because your retakes haven't really been working. That's the bread and butter that you fall back on when you aren't winning those 50-50s.
What's the adaptation? What's the change? What's the tinkering of the approach on the other side of this timeout?
Oh, you don't really have that big of an investment. This time, Cypher in a main with a deep cam. He will spot Zekin out. He wants none of that smoke. He knows how that fight has gone. Like so far back, dagger.
Remember here, that knife has shown A at the beginning of almost every round, so this is a different look.
It's a heavy lean right now towards B.
Trying to proc the wall.
Great bait of the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, really the way that Loud have approached dealing with the Sentinel's utility, they've exposed the big flaw. And they're waiting now for a set play. They're waiting for that set play that Sentinels threw against 100 Thieves with the Tejo missiles onto pillar and back slate.
That's the cue for them to go. The ult has been popped from Vinny, and now they can move towards B. Remember here, the gun's not great. Any damage is well spent. That's a big one out from Bang. Off the flash, the swing from DG as he continues to go back sight and claim names. That's all 3. Narrate once again in a 1vx. That feels borderline impossible.
I mean, the human aimbot, he's locking on with no hesitation. He's really, really stepped up his rifle play here. All that time spent in Tier 2, finally gets a chance again. With a team no other than Loud. One of Brazil's finest over the years. What a resurgence from DGZ. We saw glimpses of what he was capable of on Furia. But he has stepped it up to another level, Doug.
Here's an adaptation, and off in the hands of Zekin. It's just hard. I mean,
already gets baited figured out.
Yeah, he's already pushed off the angle.
What do Loud decide to do off of this information? Don't have another chance with the drone at least to clear that. But this gives confidence to Pancata, to Tui's to start trickling forward, clearing out some of the other space. I mean, they have so much map control right now, and Zekin, he's staying towards his B site.
John has ult. Loud, with none to speak of.
And this is where Bang shines. This is where Bang needs to step up and be that site anchor we know he can be.
He's got help here too. But can they wait this out? John's able to get the first. The spam on his EG's in.
Ridiculous spam kill.
The spike's still not made its way out of ARP, but the reinforcements have arrived. Keep a close eye on Tui's on the minimap. He one in, it's on the flank. Kawanzine falls. Tui's, if he plays his time right, he had it, but Zelsis a step ahead, 2 steps ahead. And they've been picked apart this round. You imagine there will be a change on the approach from Loud because it seems like Sentinels have figured that out. A flawless one as they get to 2.
At this time, Sentinels not dropping early, playing that full retake, committing to it at A. John, I don't know how he gets that space, maybe just knows the pathing of VGC on this A exec.
Yeah, first dash, whatever it was.
That's a hard read. He spammed the top of site right there, and Bang. He's so good at anchoring this A site. Sneaks into that area, just the transfer. Now Loud going back to that default with the dagger and A main.
اوه صافي. واو نايس.
Able to counter.
He felt himself a little too much there, Doug. A little way too big of an over.
DG traded back. Call freeze to the round again. You know, you mentioned it a couple of rounds ago, but the calling from Loud has been spectacular.
Vinny crept all the way into A main. He's confident in taking all that space because he knows Zelsis isn't, or he knows that Zekin isn't on the other end. Bit of a double dip here. I almost would have rather him be seen by that, but the reason why he's not is because it's an A fake right now. Everyone is actually geared up towards B. John.
They're already rotating back towards B. They already know it's a fake. The utility from KO was not enough to draw the veil over their eyes.
Will be given here though. Vice ultimate in the hands of Zelsis. John, he's sitting on the Armageddon as well. All of Elbow will be blown up right now.
You got to keep a close eye on Vinny. He's in a position too. He can scale all the way in through water. Ultimate's now used. First the Cosmic Divide, then the Vice ult. And there's Seho's ult too. Again, chaos on the site. Sentinel's able to get a couple. And it's all falling on to Vinny. He was the last man at the scene. And it was just a moment too late.
Nice.
Good patience on that retake from Sentinels. This time not jumping the gun. I thought John was going to invest that Armageddon and Elbow like he's used previously. There's that insane shot. And the overheat. But the Armageddon to push out everybody from that pillar area, flush them out, all out on the site. That's exactly the fights that Sentinels were looking for on that retake. Finally, stringing some rounds together. Giving themselves a fighting chance on this map of Pearl.
Oh, I think even more so, starting to take a dent into Loud's economy. Right?
Vinny's on a stinger.
Yeah, it feels like the first time we've had that. And so Sentinels seem to have found some sort of footing. They've inserted Zelsis in a really aggressive angle. So yeah, they know Zekin's there, but are they diligent enough?
هذا على ود هذا مي.
He could be behind pillar, but they know he's been mollied out, he's been found, he's been had.
What a great trade from Zekin though.
Once again, Loud will slow the round down.
So Zekin to jump back on top of that box in the face of what, 3-4 attackers.
But is that not the conversation Kaplan was having? Right? You're right, it's risky, but that risk countered it.
Yep. Everybody from this side allowed to get up towards this A main.
They haven't really shown much either, but once again,
It's Bang.
with help here, it's not just him. He's got reinforcements. He's got Narrate and John here.
He's just so good at angry. Look at all the delay he's done. He snuck in a pit again.
Well, and it's not just that, too. They dropped a suck. They dropped the salvos.
They dropped the stun.
And so that's going to give him a little bit more room to come back up off the side of that ult. Uncomfortable. Loud are not able to get settled in.
So much pressure being applied by the spam of Bang.
This push and pull continues. 20 seconds left in the round. No time to go anywhere else.
You still have Yoru ultimate. Oh!
Spam
Bang
through
is
the
taken
smoke.
out.
Bang falls. Kawanzin gets 4. When the heck did that happen?
He wants it. He wants the ace. Is he going to hunt for it?
He's got the op in hand. There's really no reason not to.
Get out of there, Zekin.
Kawanzin trying to hunt him down. Those are nipping at his heels.
I mean, he's already getting flushed out. Look at the minimap. Pancata is wrapping all the way behind.
They're trying their damnedest to get this weapon out of their hands. And they might just succeed.
They're trying to feed it to Kawanzin. He baits out the shot with the jump spot.
Pancata will get away, but
Hadi
Lightning
alfa.
gets to 7. And I think more importantly, they're going to have to reinvest into the ult if they
Nog
want
dus.
if they want it again.
The good thing for Sentinels is with that string of rounds that they got, he will be able to buy up it off for at least one more round. That was a great trade. Bang. I mean, unlucky, bro. Kawanzin, good awareness on the spam there. He held down that mid area just by himself.
Op again online. They've reinvested into it. And this time it's a much more aggressive angle. Remember, it's been passive, but this time he's crept up. No damage dealt?
Can't hit the mark. Drone as well to flush him out even further.
This is? What the fuck, bro?
Pushing this operator back. This is the first time we've seen this aggressive of a mid lurk. Celsius, you need to be careful, but what is the timing?
They both looked away. They both looked away at the wrong time, and now the ult has been invested. Now they're going to dash out onto the side. Now they're going to be able to get the spike down. And now again, Sentinels are on the back foot. What do they have? They have Bang's ult. John has the op.
And Kata as well. Go for this late flank.
There's been so many layers of these flanks. You're absolutely right. Just when you think you have them dealt with, there's something else creeping away.
Nice. Ooh, nice.
The lurk from Pancata took too long. They're trying to block the suck, and they fail, but now they're going to get a second attempt at it. Pancata, again, creeping forward. They know where he is now, but Bang's going to stick the defuse. Sentinels will get to 4. What a mess of a round.
Textbook retake from Sentinels. Textbook flashes from Zekin. Nobody on the actual site from the side of Loud could see a damn thing on that retake that Sen just did.
And for as much as there was textbook, as you were saying on the retake and stuff like that, this was anything but.
Yeah.
That was the opposite of textbook. I mean, that was silly.
What a timing found from Tui's.
Yeah.
You see Zelsis jump spotting from that spot a lot. This is the problem with running the Vice and not running a Cypher. You kind of have to use your body because players can creep up.
Right.
But you don't expect Tui's to be that close, that quickly into the round. I mean, he took that timing off the rip. But Sentinels, they do snag that round away, and they're still in this. This time, heavy mid for the defensive side. Maybe anticipating a switch up.
They're all fighting here.
Yeah, I think they expected Loud to finally start walking towards that mid, or maybe try to catch out Tui's.
Which is what they have been doing, you're right.
And also, last time that Loud played this map, there was a lot of heavy mid focus.
Wait, he's going in. Didn't want to leave Pancata on his own on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, but Doug, we've seen this story before. Sentinels on the retake on B.
Vinny popped his ult. It's going to buy a little bit of time. A small window for them to sink their teeth deeper into this site, into the round. Remember, last one of the half here. Ops in the hands of John. DG tries to turn the flash, and he's disposed of. Now the Nightfall will connect onto all members of Loud. Silence all over.
Nice. Wille.
That's the round.
Easy.
Sentinels close out a beautiful half.
A great recovery to this defensive side of Pearl. It was looking so doomed. At one point, it was 6-1 for Loud. Vinny was calling circles around him. DG Zine was just having his way. but Sentinels staying calm, keeping their composure, and sticking to the game plan of what works, which is their retakes.
An incredible first half. Loud up 2. We're going to throw it down to Ender, who's standing by at the co-streaming booth with a couple of very special guests.
Hey, I'm here with Lucky and with Sadil in the co-streamer booth watching the games. And first of all, I just have to say this is crazy because Sadil, I literally coached you on Teddy Tactics in GC. You're a pro, so I want to come to you and ask your thoughts on the game so far and what do you think's been going so well for Loud?
Thank you, Coach. Honestly, I'm here as a Loud fan, so I will say that I think Loud is amazing. I think we're a better team, in my opinion. Zekin's been getting amazing kills, though, on Yoru. He's keep getting the first bloods, but honestly, Loud is the one that is closing out the round. So, I don't know. I know who I'm rooting for, but I know the crowd is Sen fans, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, there they go. There they go. Woo! Loud! Who's with me? Nobody? Okay, so
Okay, we got some Loud fans. We got some Loud fans in the crowd. Now, Lucky, I know you're a big foodie, and I see you've tried out some of the concessions here. What's the best option here? Do you got a top 3?
my top 3, I think I've tried everything on the menu so far. I can't go wrong with a classic hot dog. I'm really happy it's all beef. So that's my favorite so far. You can't go wrong with some chips and queso, but the brownie melts in your mouth. So I definitely recommend that.
Hey, the brownie melts in your mouth. Have you gotten into anything?
Yeah, I like the burger. The burger's amazing. It's vegan too. I thought it was real meat. What the heck?
Yo, shout out. I mean, that works for me. Absolutely love that. Now, I know there's a lot of Sentinels fans in the crowd, but I want to try something here. I want to see if we from this booth can overpower them. So Sentinels fans, get going, and then the Loud fans over here, we're going to try and fight back. Sentinels, give me something. All right, go Loud, get in there. Thank you so much. We're sending it back to the casters, getting to the second half.
Thank you so much, Ender. Again, 2 rounds separating these 2 squads. It's been close, and as you mentioned it really felt like Loud was going to be able to run away with it. They were up big. Sentinels looked frustrated. They looked lost. And Loud were set up to put them away, but as was the case on Lotus, as has been the case oftentimes when we talk about Sentinels and watch this team, is they refuse to relent.
Yeah, it really looked like they finally realized, yo, we remember who we are. We remember why this roster was put together, why we're all on this team.
Deep knife tagging their couple. No rotations. Meanwhile, nice be damned. Unbelievable that TG gets that kill.
And the double dip, getting 50 damage on the bang as well. It's a speed up right now. Zelsis, he's going to full commit to this exit.
Fearless in his approach as he continues to dance around and look for a second target. He does fall though. Meanwhile, Sentinels crack the site wide open. Kawanzine and Tui's left in a 2v4, and almost all members on the side of Sentinels are weak. They're battered here. That's one found. It's going to fall in the hands of Tui's. Again, 20 HP, 35 and 45. This is very winnable for Tui's. If he can isolate the ones, if he can get them on their own, there's a shot.
But that's the problem. Sentinels are so good at not giving the 1v1s, and it won't even matter anyway. It takes out Tui's. Even if Tui's somehow hits that flick, there's 2 more members of Sentinels that are ready to swing out, get that trade. But right now, Loud have felt the pressure of Sentinels. Sentinels, even being a man down right there, Zekin falls early. They just run it down. The trades were perfect. A big pistol round win if you're a Sentinels fan.
Sheriff for DG. Oh, that's aggressive. Benny's got nowhere to go. He's dead.
Just caught completely in the open.
Meanwhile, they're trying to accelerate down B. Zelsis is ready for it. At least enough to get one.
That's a free A site though. Orb is gathered onto DGZ. He's been hitting some headshots, man. We'll get
Nice.
for free here by a headshot. And this retake is impossible. Sentinels surely win this round. And pretty cleanly too, or at least we'll see. See what kind of damage Loud can do here.
As things stand, you're right. They're going to be able to carry 3 rifles.
That's the only benefit. trying to get Yoru ultimate even closer to being online. Imagine in the next round you'll see a much slower approach from the side of Sen. And a lot of damage being done right now. Tui's can get another. He can't. A lot of damage done though from the side of Loud.
Yeah, they'll carry 2 guns. I think it made sense to go ahead and send Zekken out with just the Ghost.
Yeah.
You're right. See if he can get closer to that ult, but dropping one of those rifles is certainly not part of the plan.
This is the power of the Tejo. I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't really play in between the utility. You're either fully committed in or you're out. This time around, that classic against the Valorant, Zekken's gonna take you down. I was wondering if this was going to be a round where Sentinels tried to get some orbs onto Zekken, but it's just going to be a fast mid approach. They're going to try to take this heart space. There is a trip on the other end.
That dog did not detect the trip towards mid. So if they choose to go that way, that still has to be dealt with.
Trip mid. Full disrespect from Zekken. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's got his TPE back towards spawn, so he can do that. He can be this ward of sorts that can try to explore and find things out and then get back to safety. That timing was wow.
Great proactivity from Loud. That's the smoke. Smoke's completely gone from the side of Sen. They're making a lot of noise on this. They're going to get delayed.
Tui's and Picada have a lot to do here. Tui's is going to go unchecked, isn't he? Drops the flash on the swing out. John's here to greet him. Picada's able to deal a little bit of damage, but it's not enough.
True.
Here, they don't really have control. Vinny perched up in heaven. They're so paranoid of what's happening around the rest of the map. County is having to use the drone from so far back in lane.
Does clear out all that space, but at the same time, Zelsis, he's put that wall behind. All eyes ahead.
Stun used, not connecting. Spike ticking. The need to accelerate ever present and growing with every second that passes.
It's not planted for them long.
Oh, they're going to have to fight through this. That's going to help. That's going to buy a little bit of time. Valentin has gotten it to half, but he'll pay for it with his life. 2v2 now. Zelsis on the swing, both off of it, and he cannot hold it. He cannot connect. Beautiful from Loud.
Really coming down to the wire. Sentinels with straight brute force running through lane onto that B site. Perfect trades. But that timing into A main really opened up the confidence, and you see the frustration. I mean, he was holding that the entire way through. What a close retake as well. Getting half there, committing your life for the cause. Such a split-second decision that needs to be made, but it was the right one this time around.
Now it feels like it got away from him. And now Louder in a really good position. They're up around. They've got some money that they've invested, and their ults are starting to come online at just the right time.
This is such an important round for either side.
Yep.
You really put a dent in the economy either way. Whoever wins this round.
This is a swing round. Zelsis is going to use his ult, or excuse me, Zekken. Again, going forward.
He spots them both. Picada's on an island. He's done.
Oh, he's able to sidestep the salvos, but you don't sidestep that. Sentinel's able to push forward. Bellicose in their approach. Nary Tan gave him away. And they know where the other one is. DG having to reposition. Sentinels with a slight numbers advantage, but Zekken's so weak. Do they know where he is at TP? Now the dart out. DG trying to smoke himself off, waiting for the challenge, daring the swing, daring the bait.
No one's swinging though. What a hard read.
Patience on, and Valentin swings into his death. DG's gonna have to do it on his own. He's gotten it down to a 1v2, and Zelsis delivers. We're tied again.
You cannot play in B side against the Yoru ultimate of Zekken. He does such a good job of finding out where the defenders are, and that follow-up utility. What was that, by the way, from John? What a flick.
Yeah.
The transfer with one bullet on it? Craziness. This is the power of the Teo Yoru composition, though. You cannot play in these sites.
Again, calm out from Zelsis there. Didn't leave his seat. No crazy pop-off.
Yeah, it's serious.
They're still in this fight. A position to take the lead. Louder on Anika.
Jet knives should have been popped. Yep, there it is.
If you're Sentinels here, excuse me, you want to try to get through this round without investing any of those ults. You want to try to carry Johnson's Zelsis into the next round.
You also want to play cautiously enough to the point where you do not give DGZ a first blood with these jet knives. You want to try to identify where he's at, maybe head the other way.
And it looks like DG's been let off the leash. He's by himself.
Look at the cautious approach right now from Sentinels. He narrates.
Careful,
He's good
son.
at this.
He's gonna swing you.
What is that?
Oh.
What a fast trade though from Bang Gun.
I don't think the observer saw it. That was the one real benefit that they had, and that's now gone. Pincata feeling the walls closing in.
Yeah.
And if you're Sentinels, it looks like you're gonna get through this with success.
Only one rifle dropped as well. You still have 3 ultimates online and available. Shouldn't have to use anything here. And that really was the cue though. As soon as you spot out DGZ in mid, the trade, okay, that's icing on the cake for sure, but you sped up beat. You have the whole site, you have the gun advantage. Now Zekin, he's already working towards another ultimate.
Just 3 away now as Vinny falls.
He's been
so they know where he is too.
I'm telling you, like I don't know how John is truly a master at this agent. How does he know?
He's quite talented.
That's such a far spot to shoot the missiles at. What a hard read.
The round will end without Kalantine getting a duel.
But he does save a rifle.
And Sentinels take the lead. Take a look at this round one more time. Amazing. Run that one back.
Ja, tää on yhteydessä glitch. Replay.
Killed me with that one, bro.
Timeout called from Loud. Another close fight, man.
Yeah. First timeout used for the side of Loud. They do have one more in the arsenal. Yeah, so far this has been an astonishing comeback from Sentinels, winning 8 of the last 10 rounds. That is difficult, especially with the pressure that Loud was applying. And to be able to flip that and give it back as well. We've seen Loud now crumble on a lot of these site hits. And how do you really weather the storm of all this utility from Sentinels? Like, if you're not confident in your own retake and giving sight, it's gonna be an uphill battle, to say the least. So adjustments to be made. Maybe you'll see more B long control. I'm sure DGZ would love to have an operator online, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to afford that one.
Oh, they don't have the funds.
And that's so interesting because he is off 56% of the defensive rounds.
And he's not, I mean, he
hasn't had one online at all.
Yeah.
And maybe it is on purpose. Maybe it's deliberate. Maybe he doesn't want to have to deal with the Yoru clone, the Teho utility, all the Fade Prowlers.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of just get bombarded. But here's the change-up. It's that B long control.
Kalantine popping his ult.
No way.
And Zekin's trying to deal a fight and win it while getting away. That's bloody criminal.
And it wasn't pretty. But it doesn't matter. Everyone geared up towards that A side of the map for Sentinels.
زي كالنادر لا زي النادر.
Rotation possible right now.
قتله وشعلق.
Suez is truly on an island.
DG is starting to arrive at the scene, but this foot race looks like it's going to be won by Sentinels. And they're going to have to give up the space. I mean, they cannot fight here.
You can't. Look at all this utility.
So they concede the site to Sentinels, live to fight another day, and now attempt this retake with strength and numbers, and now those numbers equalized.
It's a good opening.
It's a different beast. Cosmic Divide invested, segmenting the site, ripping them apart, and now there's more they're going to have to deal with. You cannot play back side. There's nowhere that's safe. Being flushed out from dugout.
Teo missiles coming online in 3 seconds, Doug.
Now the spam fight ensues. Bang's able to connect onto DG, but Loud's able to fight back. John has to be careful on the swing.
Wow.
Is there. Pancad has gotten it to half, and the missiles will delay, but the defuse will come through. We're tied again.
And you know what? The idea of John QT using that Armageddon in that pit area, it's so smart, but it actually ends up working against them on accident. because it prompts the speed up of Loud, and the Sentinels players on site were just not ready. They weren't ready for the random aggression and the shots that had to be hit in such a high pressure scenario from Loud. There's that operator online.
You were talking about him being, or Tui's being on an island in the previous round. He is certainly left alone here, completely set apart from the rest of his team.
Heavy focus on mid. It's a 1-3-1 approach from Loud. Maybe trying to play in the minds of Sentinels that that operator is towards mid. There was a drone instantly out mid. Really masking where DG's in is playing. And you see right now from the side of Sen, I mean, they're cautious, they're worried.
And this defense has been stingy. They have an idea that Zekin's there. The timing's really nice as the dash dissipates. Doubt. Now in for DG.
Smart of Sen to reclear mid. Late in the round. Understanding that the defense is probably pushed back already. Here comes the reclear though from DGZ. Is he gonna catch out Zekin on this timing? It's actually narrate.
The knife catches the timing. The knife tagged him on the tower. They do know where he is. They've also invented the knife wall to try to push Vinny back. And now they realize they're getting closed in on the split is through. DG again with the elbow. He hasn't fired it off. Because he hasn't had a target. He hasn't had a chance. Continually pushed back. And that's enough for Sentinels to get the spike down. Now, the attempt at a retake for Loud is at hand. But how do they find a way in? They're not. They're cutting their losses. They're saving.
It's too difficult. Retaking with the operator.
One kill on to Calentine, and that's enough.
That's the type of match we're in. That's the amount of respect these two teams have for each other. And again, I mean, if you go for this retake and lose, essentially Loud would be
10.
losing 2 rounds in a row, right?
Yeah,
Sen would be at 11-9.
Right.
If, you know, unless you get ecoed, but with the way that Sen have been playing, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So Loud saving those weapons, giving themselves a fighting chance in the following round, another chance to tie things up. But yet again, Zakin with that lower ultimate, I feel like every single time they've tested that, they've won the round on the attacking side. He just gets so much info and free space. So difficult to deal with. And let's see, maybe this operator B long for DGZ can be what denies all this B long space that Sentinels have been getting for free, essentially.
Interesting here, light armor on a couple of members of Sentinels, and they had the money.
There's a TP.
Oh, there's a shot out from DG. Vinny joining in.
What the fuck?
The transfer's beautiful.
A complete massacre. And Bang just going a little bit too far forward. He was in his...
Oh, big from John to find 2, but when you're staring down 5, that's a tough ass. So we're tied at 10 again.
He almost connected on that third with the spray transfer, but yeah, Bang was too focused on getting that pickup smoke out or suck in that B connector street area that he just wasn't aware that there's an opper here.
Gorgeous from Pencada there. He's so freaking good, man.
But it really was Loud maximizing on the mistake of Sentinels.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. It looks like a timeout has been called.
Last timeout.
Another moment to slow things down. Another opportunity to kind of, postulate on what's before us, right? Like, what can we expect in these next couple of rounds, Trey?
I think you're going to see more emphasis on this B side from Loud, and I think Sentinels need to identify, hey, we've been destroying at this B side. Let's start working something else. Maybe a little bit of a main pressure. We can still use the stealth bot towards B long, see if DG Zin is posted up trying to get an aggressive angle on it. But there needs to be more action somewhere else. And then you can start going back to B again. This could also be a good opportunity to let the emotions settle a little bit, because this is such a high pressure moment. I mean, Sen They're down a map right now. We have to keep that in mind. That plays a huge factor. It's a different type of game when you have that on your back. You can't let the little things slip away like what we just saw.
Op still for DG, this time playing towards Art. So that B focus that you were talking about from Loud, choosing to go away from it.
Sentinels will still use that weaker utility, or else they should. Very similar look from Sentinels in this round.
Vinny feeling a lot of the pressure, a counter flash to buy himself some time.
And there's that stealth drone.
Yep.
There's the pickup star. This time around, not getting picked by the operator.
Whoa.
Nice jiggle, but he needs to get out of here. We've seen him get punished too many times.
John doesn't have missiles, so they can't flush him out. Instead, they cut noise. An unsettling silence creeps over the site.
All 4 members holding that left side, waiting for the jump up. I think they have an idea that Pancop
يعني كلشي شد على داك السايت.
more aggressive because he's been getting decimated backside.
Sentinels are starving Loud of information here. They are not showing anything.
But the thing is, Loud are willing to play retake on that A site. There are 4 members here. It's gonna have to be a flood, and Pancata knows. Here's the cue.
Where's the pop? Pancata on the swing, able to get one on his Elsis, the second on to narrate. That's 3, make that 4. Again, a slaughter. Loud get to 11.
Pancata with the anticipation. There was pings out from Sentinels that he could be there, but he goes unchecked. What a massive round at the perfect moment for Pancata. And the spacing on the peaks was just not there from Sentinels to get the trade in time.
I mean, they tried.
What percent do you think that is? What, 50?
It's got to be more than 30.
70?
That's for sure.
This guy's been a monster. That dagger lands on a couple members of Sentinels. A lot of info gathered. A drone out mid as well.
But Sentinels haven't cared about that. That's not the first time they get tagged by that knife. B main, and they continue to push anyway.
But the thing is, look at how confident Loud are getting when that dagger hits. It's like they know that they're going A.
They're going to fully fight this.
No way, not again.
Stubborn, perhaps, in how they try to go about this. Pancata can't see the thing, and he falls. Zekin finds so much space, finds lethality. And with 5 alive, Sentinels thrive.
And this time, if you're Loud, you are trying to do as much damage as possible. Your economy is fine for the rest of the game. Sentinels, look at their money. If you can break some of these guns, if you can even get 3 guns out, you have a real good chance of securing an advantage in the future rounds.
Oh, how crippling and debilitating that would be. But it doesn't seem like Loud are interested in pursuing that.
I would expect at least Kalanzine to go for something. He's too off the orb. I mean, if he gets a kill and gets traded, gets the Sova ultimate online, and you're about to be at a tie. So, not thinking too far ahead. We'll see if that Sova ultimate could have helped them in this future round, but that B hit from Sentinels. It doesn't matter if it's Lotus, doesn't matter if it's Pearl. We go B.
They like it, they know what they want to do.
And it's worked more times than not. This time, adjusting the utility, Pancata getting completely flushed out. Sentinels are not falling for that twice in a row. Huge investment there. Tether, the Tejo missiles.
Sentinels are continuing to buy light armor when they can afford full armor.
They understand that with the way this match has been going, that was a dodge of a knife this time, by the way. Very intuitive with Zelsis. But they understand with how this game has been going that if it's been round, right? If they lose this round, at least they can still buy the next because of that light armor buy. Playing for the long haul.
Again, listen how quiet the site is.
We haven't seen Zelsis take this timing yet this match. He might catch players lacking right now. Oh, he can't connect, Doug!
He's made a mess of this situation. Kalanzine's still alive, but so is Zelsis. No harm done.
زقلوا والله شا زقلوا.
The other side of the map, you've got DG posted up on a really aggressive angle in A main.
كيطير لي الشقفة ديال الراس.
He needs these players in Arc to take a lot of that pressure off of him. They need to draw. DG's in
shot, and there's the kill. And now they know where he is, but they still have to flush him out. You cannot leave him here.
Bang this. Is he ready for Celsius? I think he is. Celsius cannot miss this one.
And he does not. Meanwhile, the rest of Loud are starting to push in through spawn. Off of the flash, too. He's finds Zekin. John trying to do his best to keep them at bay at arm's length. As he gets a second video on the trade, though, a 2v2. In this post plant.
Oh my god.
Again, the architect.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sentinels get to map point.
He may have whiffed in the beginning, but he made up for it. Oh boy, did he. Securing that timing on a DG. He's not missing twice in a row. And the full spray down on the players on site. Thwarting any attempt of a retake. He always steps up when he needs to for this roster. And you can see how much it meant for him. Full buys across the board. Sova ultimate still not online for Kawanzin. And it's fast A aggression from Sen.
But how far do they go? Because it seems like the aggression was only intended for a main. Perhaps to see if DG was posted up with an op on that angle, but they find nothing.
They cycled the orb onto Celsius. He's one off. They're going to go back B, potentially grab that orb as well. We've seen Sentinels do this B hit time and time again. And the only time Loud was able to hold it was Pancata getting a 4K.
They aren't even concerned about the middle of the map. I don't think they've walked in there.
Not care.
Or Ninja.
This is such a good call right now from John. All this utility should be spotted. Pancata.
They've got to know. Celsius has his ult. They've got to know.
Gotta get out of here, man.
This could be the right cross that puts Loud away. DG's not able to use that op. Forced into lighter weaponry. Pancata weak.
Nice.
Dead. And again, Loud not still really allowed to play the round.
Can't save this time, Doug.
Kawanzin one off of his ult. Keep a close eye on that. Air 8.
Ooh.
Trying to get a kill and does. Vinny falls now. 3 remain for Loud. You see Zekin, he's going to go exploring. He's going to play this really aggressively on the other side of the smoke. Spotting a
Oh my god يا صاحبي. زي السيس ناضي.
13-11, 13-11.
What an assassination. No hesitation, pure instinct. Zekin. What a presence in the server.
You talk about wanting to play with confidence. You talk about wanting to take your timings and go make plays. Yeah.
Yeah. From the start, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Solo A main taking 50-50s. Even when he gets flashed, he was staying in there. Closes it out.